All right, are we live? I think so. Hey there, everybody. Welcome. Happy Friday. Merry Christmas. It's almost here. My name is Melanie with Lost and Found, decor.com. Excuse me. My nose is itching. I'm hanging out up here in my bedroom for a little bit before the kids get home from school today. And, oh, we just fell some. Let's fix that. Wanted just to pop in one more time live this week at the end of the week and talk a little bit of business strategy with you guys. So if you're watching and you're here, I would love for you just to say a quick hi. Let me know maybe where you're watching from so I can get an idea where everybody is. I'm based out of Dallas, Texas, and it's a beautiful sunny day here today. And I know that a lot of times we have people from all over the world watching these, and so that's really fun. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you guys joining in and being a part of today. I forgot to attach my microphone here, so I hope we're loud enough. I hope everybody can hear me. But all right, so what I want to talk about today is I want to talk about if you sell your furniture pieces. I want to challenge you about how you're selling them. A lot of people are, hi Shirley, great, Shirley's here. A lot of people, since I started painting furniture to sell in 2012, the business has really kind of exploded since then. And there's now just people kind of everywhere jumping on that, which is awesome. It's great. It's a great business to be in. And the trend that I'm seeing is people starting Facebook pages and selling their pieces mainly from Facebook groups, or mainly on Craigslist. There seems to be a trend away from having an actual location. And I want to challenge that a little bit this afternoon. And I have kind of a different experience in how I sell my pieces, and I've been doing this for 6 years now. And I've got some thoughts on why I really, really think that long-term for your business, it's going to be better if you can find an actual place to sell your pieces instead of selling them out of your home. So, oh, we got it from Dublin, Ireland. Fantastic. Hi, thanks for joining. Yeah, so I'm talking about, you paint your pieces, you have them in your home, you put them on Craigslist, you put them on Facebook, that kind of business model, or you find an actual store. And I don't mean necessarily like you open your own store, but you find some place that you can rent a space and sell. So I really think that that's going to be your better option long term, and I want to share 3 reasons why I think that's the case. So a little bit more about my business. That's how I've always sold my pieces. I opened my business, Lost and Found, in an antique mall in 2012. And when I say antique mall, I don't mean like a flea market where it's just like a bunch of old stuff. It's like it's a vintage decor store, and it's beautiful. It's high end. It's trendy. It's not kind of like an antique mall that you would think of that's just stuffy and has junk in it. That's not the kind of place I'm talking about. It is a large space. It's a large area. There's over 100 different dealers, and I have a little space that I rent. I pay a certain amount of money every month, and I rent my little space, and then I go put my things there, and then the mall stays open, and people pay there. They collect my payments for me, and then they give me my money at the end of the month. So I've got that space, and then I have another space that I've had for about 6 months now, and it's the same idea. I rent a little area, but it's in a small boutique. Rather than a big mall, it's in a small little downtown shopping boutique. Half of the store is clothes that the owner has, and the other half is me and like 4 other people. And so you can go big space or small space, it doesn't matter. But that's what I'm talking about when I say a shop. I mean a space where you are going and you're paying some rent, and you have your little area, and that's where you're going to put your pieces, okay? So I really think for your business, for your furniture painting business, that's going to serve you better if you can move from just selling out of your home and move into a shop like that. So the first reason why I think it's going to help you is that it's going to help you define your brand. And when I say brand, I mean, what do people feel when they come in contact with your business. So you probably have a name for your business, right? Everybody has fun names now. My business name is Lost and Found. And your brand is your name, and then it's a lot else too. It's what, you know, again, that feeling that somebody has when they come in contact with your business, what they walk away thinking about what you have to sell. And so your brand is really an extension of who you are as a person. So for example, when I was thinking about what do I want people to feel with Lost and Found, I came up with the words that I wanted it to be, for my business. I wanted it to have the feeling of being playfully refined. I kind of think that's kind of me. I'm kind of classic. I'm not very edgy, but, I'm playful. Like, I don't wear makeup all the time. I don't have my nails fixed, you know, if that makes any sense. And so that's kind of one of the feeling I wanted people to have in my business. So I think about that. That's how I put my logo together to kind of represent that. That's how I style my pieces when I take pictures to represent that. I try to think about that brand, trying to think about that brand and put that into everything I'm doing. So here's the deal with your business. Your business is being branded, whether you're doing it or whether your customers are doing it. It's being branded, and you want to be the one in control of branding your business. And so you may put a lot of work into branding your business. You paint these beautiful pieces that are your style. Maybe you're kind of funky bohemian, okay? And so you paint these cool bohemian pieces, and you stage them in these beautiful photography, and you create that vibe, and you put it on Facebook, and then someone wants to come look at it, and they come to your home, and all of a sudden that beautiful funky bohemian piece is shoved in your garage. And all of a sudden it doesn't look like that great bohemian piece anymore. It's in your garage with all the other pieces that you're painting and all of your paint. If you're coming to my house, like my dog's barking, my kids are running around, my playfully refined brand goes out the door, because they're coming to my life, right? Like, they're entering my life. And so they've seen this beautiful piece of furniture staged beautifully, and I'm trying to communicate how wonderful it is. And then they come to look at it, and it's kind of like, I'm not getting that same feeling if it's over here in the corner of your garage with other stuff. Like, it's just kind of a mess. So I hope that makes sense. So your brand, it's hard to maintain your brand when your business is right in the middle of your life, your house. It's hard to do that. And people are, Dwayne says that my house is a dump. I think my house is pretty nice. But it's just my house, you know, it's where I live. It's what's going on, you know, with me right now. But here's what happens when I take that piece of furniture that I've worked really hard to create this feeling for it, and I take it to my shop, then I can stage it at my shop, and people can walk into my shop, and they're not coming to pick it up at my house with my dog barking and my kids. They're there, and they have a feeling of, wow, there's just a lot of negative stuff going on here today. This is interesting. The people that are joining in today have some really kind of negative things to say. Yeah. So when I can put it up at my shop, they can go, and it can be nice, and it can be a pleasant place to be. And they're going to walk away from interacting with my business, and they will have had a really pleasant experience with it. And some people may be okay coming to my house and, you know, dealing with the stuff in my house. That's fine. I'm okay like that. But some people, they want to kind of maintain a little bit of the mystery, you know? So you're creating these beautiful things, and it's just easier to keep them looking beautiful when they're at your space, when they're at your house. Now, when they're out of your house. Now, if you like are an empty nester and your kids are gone, or maybe you're single and you have your own space. Maybe you have a large home, you have a room for a studio, and you can keep that all really nice and tidy, and when someone comes to pick up their piece of furniture, it's still staged in your studio, then that's a different thing. And if you have that, that's awesome. That's fantastic. I don't have that. My stuff is in my garage, or it's shoved up against the wall. That's just not my option. And so I want to get it out of my house. I want to get it into my space where I can still display it in a way that's beautiful. And then that way when people come in contact to my pieces, they still walk away with that feeling of like, wow, this was a really great experience that I had. This is a positive experience, okay? So getting your pieces out of your home and into a shop, that's going to help you better define your brand, okay? So number 2, it's going to broaden your audience too. There are certain types of people that are going to shop on Facebook for furniture and certain types of people that are going to go to a shop. Again, this is just a generalization, a big generalization, obviously. But if you're painting furniture, you're probably a kind of person that you like to dig for things, right? You like to hunt. You like to find the diamond in the rough. And you have a vision for things. You can see, oh, this is going to, this piece looks terrible here, but I can work on it and it's going to be beautiful. You are probably like that. I'm like that. I want to hunt for a deal. I want to dig around in the flea market fields. I'm awesome with that, all right? I have friends that they wouldn't be caught dead shopping like that. That's just not who they are. And they say all the time, how in the world can you see this thing at this thrift store and know it's going to look nice? They don't think that way. And so when they go shop, if they were to walk around in a flea market, they would never buy anything because they can't envision where it's going to be. They want to go to a store. They want to go to Pottery Barn where it's all displayed for them because they need it like that. They need it displayed so they can know, oh yeah, that is a beautiful piece. And I can have that in my home. Does that make sense? So the people that are shopping on Facebook are probably the people like you and I. They're the people that are looking for a deal. And they're the people that, that are good, they want to kind of dig and they want to find that piece, all right? And they're okay spending all that time digging through it. The people that come and they shop in a store, it's just a different group of people. And I think a lot of it has to do is there's an age gap too. Like I've learned that as I kind of interact with my own family and like my parents, they can't fathom selling something on Facebook. They can't fathom going to someone's house and buying something in someone's house. That just doesn't make any sense. They go shop in a store. And so, yes, yeah, that's right, Lori. A lot of people can't visualize the creativity. So there's only a certain group of people that's going to shop on Facebook. There's a much bigger pool of people that's going to go shop in a store. And you may think, well, on Facebook, like I can connect with people all over the world. Well, that's true. And so if you want to start shipping your furniture, then that's great. But again, most of your stuff is going to be bought by local people. And so there's going to be people that will never shop online, but they're a lot more comfortable walking through a store. And then also your piece is up there. It's up there all the time. If you're selling it on Facebook or on Craigslist, you have to be repeatedly promoting it. If it's in a store, it's there every day for people to walk through. I know that my pieces get more traffic and get seen by more people in my spaces. I know that. And I know that the people generally that are shopping at a store are also willing to spend a little bit of more money because they don't have a lot of times that, I'm going to go find a deal and I'm going to make this over. They're like, I need somebody just to kind of put that room together for me and I'm willing to pay top dollar for it because I don't have that kind of creativity ability. And so I see this beautiful piece and yeah, I'm going to pay a little bit more for it. I really think that. I really think that you can sell pieces for a little bit more to a different audience in a store than you can on Facebook. Again, it's a total generalization, but I think on the whole that's true. I had that experience today. There was a piece of furniture that I bought, this gorgeous antique oak armoire, and I paid just pennies for it. And I took it up to my shop and I put a high price tag on it. A high price tag, because really I didn't want it to go anywhere, and it was gone in 2 days. And I called my husband and I said, that piece sold, and he said, wow. And I said, that piece would have never sold on Facebook, and if it had sold on Facebook, it would have sold for half of what I could sell it for in my shop. I just know that because it appealed to a different group of people. Like people shopping on Facebook, they wouldn't have been interested in it. It wasn't it just wasn't going to meet that market. So that's number 2. I think you're going to reach a broader audience. You're going to reach a different audience if you can get your pieces into a shop. Okay, and then the third way I think it's going to help, yes, that's the last thing that I was going to say, Lori. It's going to help you stabilize your income because you can start selling other things too, all right? So we know that furniture is like this, right? You sell some and then you don't sell. I mean, it's feast or famine. Like right now, nobody's buying anything. It's Christmas time, okay? So feast or famine with your furniture. Well, if you have a space, guess what? You don't just have to sell furniture anymore. You can sell other things. You can sell banners. You can sell signs. I find just little vintage decorative things and sell those things. Things that are small purchases that people are going to buy every day. And so all of a sudden your income that's going like this because all you're selling is furniture, you've got a space and you've got furniture and then you've got all these other little things in there too. And all of a sudden your income is a little bit more regular. It's a little bit more stable. And then you can also explore the idea of adding something wholesale. For example, when I added in the 2 paint lines that I sell, that really stabilized my income. I sell paint every single day. Every single day I sell paint. Every single day I don't sell furniture. And so it took this like roller coaster of, oh, I sold something. Oh, I'm not selling anything. And it steadies it out. There's this baseline that sells all the time. And then I add furniture and it's like, sweet. I add that to my baseline, but it keeps my income regular. It keeps my sales regular. And you may find that there's some other things that you're good at selling too, besides just furniture. There may be some other things that you like to create, or there may be, maybe you can even split a space with someone. You have a friend that likes to do these things. So the number one objection that I hear from people is, well, that costs money. It costs money to pay rent. And then they take some of your money. Yes, that's true. It costs money. But you know what? It takes money to make money. It just does. Like you get what you pay for. If you don't want to spend any money on your business and you want to try to do it all for free, that's limiting what you're thinking about your business. I really think that. It takes money to make money. And I will tell you that I've been paying rent in the same place for 6 years. And every single month for 6 years, I have made my rent plus more, plus a lot more. Every single month. Every single month. So I've never lost money. I've never lost money in one of my spaces. And I really do think that over time, I've made more. I've made more than if I was just selling in my home because I've been able to sell more stuff and different stuff. And stuff, honestly, that's easier to sell. Like, y'all, it's really easy to sell my paint. It's a lot less work than my furniture. It shows up at my doorstep. I take it up there. It sells. Furniture's hard. It's a lot of work. So if you can broaden what you're selling and selling things that are easier to flip around for you like that, why not? And then keep doing your furniture. You love it. But sell some other stuff that's maybe a little bit less work. Give yourself the permission to spend some money on your business. Give yourself some permission to invest some money in your business. I found that when I'm investing money in something, I take it more seriously. I work harder at it because I've put some of my hard-earned money into it. And so, if you're really trying to start your own small business, then go out there and try a 6-month lease with a space. Put some money on the line, and you may find yourself taking it a little bit more seriously. You may find yourself working a little bit harder at it, and you may find yourself making more after those 6 months than you do out of your home, even though your home is free. Okay, I said I had 3 things. I actually have 4. This is just a freebie. I think if you move some of it out of your home, it's going to save your sanity. I think long term, it's going to save your sanity. I put a picture up last week of my garage that I had worked really hard to clean out, and then it wasn't cleaned out anymore, and everybody was like, oh, I totally get it. Mine's even worse. That's how it is. And that's true, and that's reality, and it's hard because when you're working with furniture, like, it's big. It takes up space. It's not like an accounting business where I can file it all away in a file folder. It's big it's big furniture. It takes up space. So, but I'm going to tell you guys that I've been doing this for 6 years now, and I'm really tired of having stuff in my house. I'm really tired of it. I'm tired of having stuff shoved up against my walls. I'm tired of having stuff on my porch. In fact, last year I declared my porch a no furniture zone. I cleaned it off. I went and bought a nice little outdoor rug, a settee. I'm like, no more. I want to go outside and sit on my porch. This is my home. I want to enjoy it. So if you're doing your business from your home, guess what? Everything is always in your home. It's always there. If you have a space, I work on a piece and then it leaves my house and I don't ever have to see it again. I have less stuff in my house. And not only that, I don't have to all day try and sell it. I'm not on my phone like this all day on Facebook responding to people. And then, oh, they want to come see it. Okay, yeah, well, I was going to go to the grocery store, but I guess now I'll wait. And then half the time they don't show up or they're late. You know, when it's there in your home for years and years, it can become very overwhelming. I can't tell you the number of people that I have talked to that, you know, say they get on and they're like, I'm posting, I'm getting rid of all my stuff. And so I go over and I shop their furniture and they've got, you know, their house is stacked full. I'm like, well, why are you getting rid of it? And they're like, my husband just said enough. We just said enough. I can't tell you how many times I've run into that because you can only live that way for so long. You can only live that way with furniture stacked up everywhere on Facebook, answering stuff. You can only live that way for so long. I can only live that way for so long. Maybe you guys are better at it than I am, but you know, I look at it that my business is a marathon. It's not a sprint. I want to be at it for a long time. I don't want to do it for 2 or 3 years and then give up because I'm tired of spending all my day on Facebook and I'm tired of the furniture everywhere. I want to come up to do it with a way that is a blessing to my family and that's a blessing to me. And yeah, there's seasons where I've got some furniture stacked up and I can deal with that for a month or two, but then I don't want to deal with it all the time. So that is my my bonus freebie here of, I really challenge you to move some of it out of your home, to try it. If it's something that you've wanted to do, but you're just afraid of it, you're afraid of investing the money, I can tell you that you can do it. You really can do it. And again, you're worth it. You're worth trying it. You're worth trying out investing the money in yourself. You're worth trying something new. So, yeah, Linda said this was the year of cleaning out her house too. Yes, I feel like I'm always cleaning it out. And then it always piles on top. And yes, Sonia, you're right. The clutter, it totally makes me less creative. I am diagnosed ADD, and I have learned if there's too much clutter, I just shut down. I do what I call angry cleaning, or my husband calls angry cleaning, and I stop whatever I'm doing, and I've just got to go clean it up because I can't think. So I love the fact that I paint a piece of furniture and then it leaves my house, and I don't ever have to think about it again. I can send it away and it's there and it frees up space for me to work on something else. So, so if you're thinking about maybe taking that launch, I just would encourage you guys to, you know, to start looking around, be creative. You may not have large antique malls in your area. You may have small boutique stores. It doesn't have to be a big space. It can be a small space, but to start looking around, see what's out there. Maybe get yourself on a waiting list. Sometimes it takes a little while to get into a space. And then I do want to let you know that sometime in the new year, probably February, March maybe, I am putting together an online course, and it's going to be just about that for anybody that wants to try and have a successful booth business. Not a big brick and mortar store where you're the whole shebang, but you're, you know, where you go and you rent a little space and you sell. How to do that? Because I see people that, you know, I'm going to pick up my checks from my shop and they're like, oh, I didn't get a check this month. I didn't make my rent. And I think, why are you doing this? Like, why are you, I'm in this to make money. And there's a lot of people that, you know, that sell in these type of places and they don't ever make any money. And I will tell you, that's never been my goal. I've always been like, no, I need to make my rent and make more money off of this. That's the point of all of this. And so I've just learned some things. I've learned some things about how to do it in a way that works and how to do it in a way where I'm not losing money and how to do it in a way where I've been able to grow and expand my business. So I'm going to be putting that together. The best way to stay, yeah, that is a fear. It's a fear. It's hard to sign your name on a line knowing that you're going to have to commit to give somebody rent and be afraid that nothing's going to come back. That's a fear. And you know, you want to be wise in that. And in this course, I want to talk about, there's some real keys to starting that I think will help you get over that. If you know you're starting in a good place and a right place. But if you want to just be informed and know when that's going to launch, there's a link up in my description of this video that's just my connection page that you can go to, and you can enter your email there. I actually have a free download for you if you haven't taken that yet, and that's just going to let you stay up to date. We'll email you every once in a while with stuff that's going on, but that'll be a great way to stay in the know about when this course launches. Yeah, Sylvine asked about how you pick the right place. You go pick a place that you would want to shop. Pick a place that you already like to be at. Pick a place that's busy. Pick a place that has a lot of great stuff in it already. You want to go scout it out. Go look at it during the weekday. Are there people there? Go look at it during a Friday and Saturday. Are there people there? Look at what's around. For example, this new large kind of antique mall, vintage market place opened up in the town where I live, and it was all the buzz. Everybody was all like, oh, this is going to be great, this is going to be great. And I live in this town, and I was looking at where this place is located, and there's nothing there. There's no retail around it. No retail. And then I know kind of even like the neighborhoods around there and the people that live there, there's nothing. There's like a McDonald's, and then there's some doctor's offices, and then they opened this antique mall. And these people contacted me and said, you want to come into this space? And I was like, no, nobody is going to go shop there because nobody's shopping over there anyway. It's not going to happen. So, plus their rent was really expensive. And, but I know a lot of people that moved in there, and they've been going 6 or 7 months now, and a few people are doing okay, but I know a lot of people that are just waiting for that lease to expire so they can leave because they're not selling. Because it's not in a place of traffic. It's not in a place where there's already people going and buying. It's not in a retail area. Those are a few things to look for when you're looking for a good place. And it may take a little while to find one. And you may have to drive to the next town over. Neither of my shops are in my town. I have to drive a little bit. There are people that drive an hour to sell in my bigger location because it's such a great place. So, but having the right place is the key. I've sold at a place before that was cheap and was the wrong place, and it was terrible. It was not worth my time. Yeah, so I hope that helped a little bit. And I appreciate you guys that stopped in today. I don't know what was going on early in the video. There's some folks that were not really happy with what we were talking about, but that's okay. Everybody's welcome. And again, everybody's allowed to share and have their opinion. So, but I hope this just has given you something to think about today. I realize that, you may not be in that place. You may think, I'm just not really ready to jump into something like that yet. Or you may be just starting out your business and that feels totally overwhelming. And that's okay. That's okay. I wanted you to give you some things to think about. The start of the new year is a good time to what am I going to do next year with my business? And I really think that moving from your home to a space, if you can find the right space, could be a good option for you. I really, really believe that. So thanks for joining in today. Again, if you want to know about my upcoming course launching, yeah, that's right, Lori. You can. I really want to try, though. I like to try. I've got this fantasy that everybody will be happy, but no, that's just not true. If you wanted to know when that course is going to be launching, again, just join me on my email list, and I would appreciate that, and we'll keep you informed. So I'm going to go. Yes, the kids will be here any minute. So Merry Christmas, everybody. I got some more shopping to do. I'll see you guys probably next week sometime. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.